Let's talk about hygiene, but not this type of hygiene, this type of hygiene. It's summer, and it's hot, okay? And I live in Arizona. Odor gotta be in check. Literally while I'm filming this video, I'm sitting here sweating in this hot ass apartment because I can't turn on the AC because it's loud. I'm literally sweating right now, but I'm sweating and I smell like fruit. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. I'm here to contribute my couple of tips on hygiene because I think I have a lot of hygiene tips that have changed the game for me. And I'm a sweater, okay? I don't know if any of you guys out there are like me, but yeah, I be sweating. Although this is hygiene, this is also hygiene, and it's also the most important part of hygiene, at least some of them, which for some reason it's so little talked about. A lot of people out there do talk about it, but there's just so much missing from the conversation that I think I can add to it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into my summer hygiene tips and tricks and just pieces of advice that I have not seen anywhere that have changed the game for me completely. The main thing that has changed my hygiene is food. Like, I cannot stress this enough. It all starts from the inside. When I change my diet, everything externally changes as well. So I would say the main point or the main tip here is to eat foods with less toxins and more food with vitamins and minerals. I see a lot of people say take supplements, which yes, I am an iron deficient gal, okay? Your girl needs some iron pills because eating foods with iron is not gonna cut it. Don't get me wrong, take supplements and stuff, which is a tip that I hear a lot in a lot of these self-care videos, which is a great tip. However, I would like to add to that, just eat foods with those supplements in it. I have recently been doing a little bit more investigating in the foods that I'm eating, and I've come to the realization that it doesn't have to be anything too complicated. I don't know the exact science behind what supplement is in which food, but what I do know is that when I eat certain foods at certain times of the day, which 9 times out of 10 are your cravings, you start to feel better. Food is supposed to be fuel, and you will genuinely feel your body getting what it needs. For example, spinach for me. Spinach is something I don't necessarily like it's not tasty to me. But the feeling I get when I eat spinach, nothing else does this feeling for me as much as spinach does. But the feeling it gives me, it's like, this is what I was supposed to be. This is what I need more of. If you've changed your diet to less like junk food and less fast food, to eating more like nuts, grains, veggies, fruits, you know the exact feeling I'm talking about. Food is supposed to be fuel. You need to eat foods with fuels in them. And the reason why this is important to hygiene is because food literally changes the way you look, smell, and feel. So I have noticed certain foods, just in general, help so much with the way you smell, like your natural odor. It's insane. One of the strongest and one of the best examples of this is jackfruit. Jackfruit makes you smell so amazing. Ladies, okay, trust me on this one. Jackfruit. The fruit literally secretes from your pores. Toxins come out of your sweat. So if you have more toxins in your sweat, it's gonna smell. It's gonna smell point blank, period. So you wanna cut down toxins like junk food. Surprisingly, an excessive amount of meat and caffeine. Those two surprised me, but those two definitely have toxins in them that secrete in our sweat. I am one of those people, I love me some turkey bacon. To this day, this morning I had some turkey bacon, and I'm really trying to cut down especially processed meats. It has a lot of toxins in it that when you sweat, they come out. Caffeine, soda, alcohol, just overall junk food are things that I would avoid when it comes to your diet and when it comes to hygiene, but things to include in your diet, okay? These are things that I've noticed have made such a difference in the way I look, smell, and feel, are carrots, jackfruits, nuts, and beets. Some nuts I'll suggest are Brazil nuts. They're a very oily nut. So I think when it like exits your pores, that oil kind of resides on your skin. Brazil nuts are great. Jackfruit as well. Carrots have carotenoids. Any food with carotenoids are going to be your best friend, especially with the way your skin looks. The next hygiene tip I have that I don't really see talked about too much is lymphatic drainage. Now, this is something I've only recently started doing when I heard about gua sha, but I am someone who has like a lot of like respiratory issues, allergies, asthma. Well, I had asthma, but I've just felt a lot more clear, and everything I say comes out a lot clearer. And it's just a part of my hygiene routine now. Like, you know, I'll do it almost every night if I can, gua sha, and drain my lymph nodes or my lymph areas. But I just notice I feel so much better. And that kind of goes into my next tip as well, which is yoga. Yoga is something I have not been consistent with lately. I am not gonna lie, but it's something that I started doing consistently about a year ago. You guys, it has just changed the game for me. And I know this isn't necessarily hygiene, but it is though. When you do yoga, your blood flows and your blood gets to areas that we don't necessarily get to. And when your blood is circulating, that's always a good thing for everything. The way you look, the way you feel, the way you smell, etc. So that is a very important part of my hygiene routine that I will probably never let go of. Oil pulling. Now, this is something I have seen before, and it's something I don't do consistently, but it is something that is so extremely beneficial, especially if you smoke. It's just clove powder and coconut oil, and you just take a spoonful of that, put it in your mouth, swish it around. My mom does it for about 10 to 15 minutes every morning before she eats, brushes her teeth, washes her face, drinks coffee, any of that. And oh my goodness, guys, like I'll do it once in a while, but I need to get more consistent in it. But especially with the clove powder, when you brush your teeth, it just gives you a cleaner brush. Dentists recommend this oil pulling method. It just works. It pulls all the gunk out of your gums, everywhere. Areas that you wouldn't be able to reach with any other product but oil. Get you a tub of coconut oil and some clove powder. Next is eye drops. And it's funny because my eyes are pretty red right now because I'm pretty tired. Eye drops are something that's so small, but it's just it's become a part of my hygiene routine now. Mostly because I wear contacts, but when I'm not wearing my contacts, I've gotten in the habit of just using eye drops because I noticed that my eyes just look so glowy and alive. And studies have shown that people are more attracted to people with whites in their eyes or white eyes because it's a symbol or it's a representation of health. So get you some eye drops. I literally get them from Walgreens and they're like $1. Next, please detox your feet at least once a month. Please, please, please. Your feet contain so many toxins, and that is where your blood is circulating to and back. So it's really important that your feet, out of all places, is being detoxed at least once a month. I do this with a foot bath of apple cider vinegar, rose oil or rose petals. I usually just use rose petals whenever I have them around. Epsom salts, I don't know if I said that right. And I put some essential oils in there, and that's about it. But the water after I take my feet out, it's scary, but that just goes to show how important it is. And make sure you're using warm water too. I should have mentioned that. Next, essential oils. This is just like essential oils. Like I have 2 essential oils I love. One of them is like this protection oil. I don't know if it's protection oil or not, but skepticism aside, it smells amazing. Essential oils linger, like they linger longer and stronger than perfume. So just find your favorite blend of essential oils, and at least if you're into essential oils. I still use perfume, but I'm gotten accustomed to, or recently I've been like mixing scents. So I'll get an essential oil and pair it with a perfume that I know would smell amazing together. And finally, my next and final hygiene tip is to have a solid morning and night routine. Now, this does not have to be anything super complex, but I have recently, I would say within the past year, built a pretty consistent morning and nighttime routine. And this is just to make sure that I can go to bed almost every night the same time, wake up every morning the same time. Even the weekends, the summer, when I'm working, all of that, I go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. And the reason why this is so important is because your circadian rhythm is very sensitive and needs routine. It needs to have a period of time where it's like, all right, shut down. That way, as soon as you lay your head down on your pillow, you're out. As soon as I hop in bed, I'm out. I wake up in the morning, have my ready to go morning routine that just gets me set for the day. Me personally though, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on a morning routine. I want to make my morning routine as realistic and as to the point as possible. So my morning routine consists of waking up, brushing my teeth, doing my skincare, fixing my bed, drinking tea, doing yoga, and sometimes if I have a little bit of extra time, I'll journal. And while I'm doing that, I'm listening to like affirmation. Breakfast is kind of included in that too. So it takes me like an hour total to do all of that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys liked. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe with the post notifications on so you don't miss more videos like this. And leave a like, comment down below your hygiene tips as well so I can learn from you. Anyways, it has been Tima and I will see you on another video soon. Bye guys.